Hi and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about how to get out of your own way. And so we're going to jump right on in because I have some things I need to share with you. So we all have reasons and excuses why we're not getting things done that need to be done. And some of those things are outside of your control, but let's be honest, a lot of them are within your control. But today we're going to look at the things that are in our control to change. And so let me jump right in with some tips that I have for you. So number one, actually first and foremost, you have to get the idea that you have to be perfect out of your mind. None of us are perfect and we will never be perfect, period, point blank. I don't care how long and how far and wide you search for perfection, you are never going to achieve it because we're just not a perfect people. It's okay to make mistakes and it's okay to fail. You just can't stay down if you fail. Some of us have projects that we are waiting to launch, but we're afraid that it might not go over. So we keep making adjustments to that launch, or we keep making changes to the date, or whatever it is that you're working. You just have to keep making changes because you're so afraid that you may fail. But like the makers of Nike say, just do it. If it doesn't work out, guess what? It's not that deep. You figure out what didn't work, you get back up and you try it again. That's it. Next, you want to begin with the end in mind. So what I like to do is, and this just comes from having taught yoga for a number of years, close your eyes. And I want you to take a nice deep cleansing breath in. So when you take that deep breath in, let your chest rise and slowly let that air out. Do that a couple of times, right? And then I want you to visualize the thing that you want to do. Visualize it. And I want you to visualize everything. I want you to visualize it from beginning to end. So, and if you're having trouble, take a few more deep breaths. But as you exhale, I want you to think about what it is that you want to accomplish. And I want you to see the people at your event. And I want you to see the smiles on their faces or the tears running down their eyes, depending on what your topic is. And I want you to see them laughing. But in the end, I want you to see yourself being successful in whatever it is that you're trying to do. Because you can do it. And if you start to get nervous, just keep practicing that little ritual. And I promise you, you'll get over it and you'll be fine. Next, when you feel like giving up, always remember why you're doing what you're doing. Before you get lazy or fearful, think about what made you want to do whatever it is that you're doing. Now, if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, then that's a whole nother problem. And unfortunately, I can't help you with that because only you know why you're doing what it is that you decided to do. So you need to know your why first of all. And if you don't know your why, you can't figure it out, take some deep breaths and it should come to you. Next, if you start to get tired, remember you have people counting on you. And this is so critical. See, when you're working on a project, it's not really about you and it's not about me. The thing that you're working on is to bless those that will hear whatever it is that you have to say or be able to use whatever it is that you're doing. So just remember that when you start to get tired and lazy, it's not about you. And it's not about me. What I do, it's not about me at all. It's about helping other people. And so I have to keep that in mind. And that's the thing that drives me on the days that I don't feel like filming anything, the days that I don't feel like writing down anything and coming up with something. But I love it when I get messages from people saying, Michelle, you know what, I heard your video and it truly blessed me because I've been dealing with that very thing. So keep that in mind. Lastly, you have to stop comparing yourself to other people. And if you don't remember anything that I've told you in this video, I need you to remember this and I need you to get this in your spirit. Stop comparing yourself to other people. There is never going to be another Michelle like me. So I don't want to be like anybody else. I want to be like me. You see what I'm saying? I don't compare myself to other people. Too many times we get in our own way because we look at what Susie and what Joe is doing and we wonder if we can be just as good as they are. No, you won't be just as good. You are going to be better. You hear what I'm saying? Now, just as I said that, you have to believe it. See, I can tell you that you're going to be better than the people that you're comparing yourself to, but if you don't believe it, then guess what? It doesn't matter at all. You have to believe it. Get it into your spirit and know that you are just as good as the people that you see doing what you're doing right now, because guess what? God has given you that gift and that talent or that idea. He's given it to you because he needs you to get that message out. So stop comparing yourself. Stop causing yourself unnecessary stress, worrying about what someone else is doing and if they're going to do it better than you. Even if you can't do it as well as that person, so what? The more practice you get, the better you're going to get. This is never a reason to put your goals and dreams on the back burner. And let me put a pin right there. Again, too many people have an idea of things that they want to do, but you say, well, I look around and there's so many other people doing what I do. Not too long ago, I had the opportunity to talk to someone who sells Mary Kay. And I'm not going to call any names. And I said, well, I didn't even know you sold Mary Kay. And the person said, well, so-and-so is already selling Mary Kay. And so, a lot of people are already buying from her. And that really hurt me to my spirit, because I'm thinking, okay, just because this person's selling Mary Kay, you can too. Because guess what? Just like I support this individual's Mary Kay business, I can support yours as well and buy, a hand lotion or eyeliner or whatever. But if you don't put yourself out there, people are not going to know that you have a business because you're so worried about what somebody else is doing. And this other person is flourishing, riding around in their Mary Kay cars. You could too, but you're so worried about, you know what I'm saying, what they're doing and how well they're doing it. Do the thing that God has called you to do. Use your gifts, use your talents to the best of your ability. You're not trying to be like me, and I'm not trying to be like you. Period, point blank. So there are always external things that you cannot control. That sucks, but focusing on them won't do you any good. And so to wrap up, what I'm trying to get across to you today is, many of you can't move forward. Heck, to be honest with you can't go left, you can't go right, and probably can't even step back because you're so worried about what somebody else is doing. Let me tell you something. There are a ton of travel agents out there, a ton of them, but I can't worry about what they're doing. All I can do is worry about what Michelle is doing. Now, I observe. I'm a very observant person, and I see what people are doing. I see what works, and I see what isn't working. But guess what? All I have to do is take the things that are working, tweak it, and make it my own. But I definitely don't get intimidated by the fact that there are other travel agents out here. Just like launching my speaking business. There are a ton of speakers and life coaches out here, but I'm not intimidated by that because I'm going to go out and be the best that I can be for me and for the people that I'm helping. I'm not comparing myself to Les Brown because I'll never be a Les Brown. First of all, I'm not a man, but you know what I mean? I'll never be a Les Brown. I'm not comparing myself to Eric Thomas because I'll never be an Eric Thomas. They both are very distinguished in and of themselves, and they have their own style and their own way of talking to people. I just want to be the best that I can be. So, bringing all this back home, get out of your own way. Stop letting things hinder you and keep you from doing the things that, number one, you love. Number two, the things that God has spoken into your spirit to do. And I promise you, if you stop focusing on what everybody else is doing, you will be awesome and amazing. Okay? Now, before I end this video, because this is a truly hot Sunday afternoon and you go out and continue to enjoy the heat of the day. First of all, if you're new to my channel, I want to say thank you so much for being a part of my YouTube family. If you've not subscribed, I'm going to look over top of my glasses as I say, what are you waiting for? Hit hit that subscribe button. Let me tell y'all something. The best is yet to come. God is going to use me in a mighty way, and I really do want to share it with as many people as I possibly can. And so with that, I'm going to bid you good day. Have a wonderful week. And again, get out of your way so you can be amazing and let your star shine. Until our next video, take care.